Take a seat with your romper.
Thank you. It's comfortable.
Very comfortable. Okay.
We are back in Virginia, as y'all saw from the last video.
Mm-hmm.
We just switched to a new room because I think we have to film in all the rooms before we leave.
Yes, we're taking advantage of this space before it's gone forever.
Yeah.
And I can't say I'm mad about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's just going to be so nice going to the office because right now we have to walk from our apartment to this apartment, which it's not far. It's like a 30-second walk. It's not a big deal, but it's going to be really nice. Like if we have to, I need to run to the office to check on this video. All we have to do is go 2 feet in our own house to do that instead of coming all the way here at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I do think it's a grass is greener kind of situation though.
Yeah.
Because we used to have the office in our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved it over here and we're so happy about the separation between office and home.
Yeah.
And now we're like, I don't want the separation anymore. It's inconvenient. So.
But the separation was good when you had a 1,000 square foot apartment. Now we're gonna have a much bigger house, so it is a better situation.
And our office is cool.
It's like 500 square feet of just office.
And like there's raised ceilings in there. We're gonna have an accent wall. We're gonna get like new desks and stuff eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped for that office. I think it's gonna motivate us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yes, we're back in LA from VA.
Mm-hmm.
We had a nice trip home recently. It came on the tail end of our New York trip. We went to New York for a speaking engagement.
Yes.
I must say I was very glad that our trip at home was after the speaking engagement. Otherwise I would have just been stressed the whole time. Because these speaking engagements just loom over my head.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my gosh. Are we gonna fail? Are they gonna like us? Are we gonna bomb?
Yeah, but it went well. I think they liked it. If we did bomb, they did a really good job at hiding it.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be actors if they weren't happy. But we never bombed.
No.
So, at least to my knowledge.
Not yet. We have a speaking engagement coming up in 3 weeks, and this time it's in LA, which is this is why we moved here, because we're like, yo, we know there are opportunities in LA, but yeah, we keep getting these East Coast opportunities.
I know.
So finally. LA speaking engagement.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Now that's looming over me too.
No, but it's gonna be a panel like this last one, and it's gonna be with the owner of C Talent, Keely, and we love her, and we have a good relationship with her, so it makes it a little less stressful. Although it's like I want to impress her too.
I know. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Anyway, so we went home.
Yes.
After our trip, we flew in to Richmond, which is unusual. Typically, we fly into DC because you can't get a straight flight from LA to Richmond, but we could from New York.
Yeah, and if y'all know us, we don't like connecting. We've done it before, and they're just not our favorite.
No, just more opportunity for my chair to be damaged, more transfers.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we got home. My dad came and picked us up in the little white van. Mom met us. We had some Chick-fil-A.
Yes,
upon landing.
We had lunch with them because we had a bunch of errands to run. So they both have to drive 2 different vehicles so that we can have the van, and then your dad and your mom can take whatever. There's a lot to figure out. But we wanted to run a bunch of errands because we were going to stay at the river the whole time, which is like an hour drive into the city.
It's pretty far out there. It is kind of annoying that we still have like some loose ends after, what has it been, a year and a half? And we still have things that we have to do in Richmond.
Why does it take so long to move from state to state?
I know. It's taking forever. But I think we're pretty close.
Yes.
But yeah, so we had some errands that we had to run. One of the errands we ran was getting my bracelet fixed.
Yes, Cole, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Cole hasn't been wearing his bracelet for months because somehow the latch here,
the clasp had a tiny little gap. And one time I was pushing along the sidewalk leaving dinner, I just like feel something swinging in my hand, and I was holding my bracelet, my like loose bracelet. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know how in that rolling motion somehow ended up in my grasp.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for me to pick it up like that just intentionally.
Yeah.
But I was so grateful because that thing would have been long gone.
I know.
If I somehow didn't grab that.
But this was a gift that I gave Cole for getting legally married. I love it. So I think it'd make you sad if you lost it.
Oh, I'd be
devastated.
Yes. Yeah, I love it. But anyway, that actually does lead us to a little story.
Oh yeah. As soon as we got back to Richmond, Virginia, our first errand was this, and we had a bad interaction with someone.
Yeah, so we pull up, there's 2 accessible spots sharing one hash area, like the, what's it called?
Hash marks.
Hash marks. And we pull into our left side, and we're about to unload a big old truck. Big country, big boy truck.
Unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. Pulls into the side on the other side of the hash marks.
Into the accessible spot.
But he's significantly in the hash marks. And so Charisma comes around and is like, excuse me, could you please...
No, I didn't know.
What'd you say?
I looked at him, and he looked at me, and there's a big sticker on the side of the van that says, extra space needed for ramp. And so I think he saw that, and then he looked at me looking at him, and I didn't say anything. I just looked at him, and he goes, do you need more space? And I said, I do. I do for my husband. And he said, okay. And as I was getting out, he moved.
I thought before that he said, you need all that?
No, when he reparked and he pulled back up, he said, you need all that? And I said, yes. My husband's in a wheelchair, and I need it for the ramp. And then I'm like, getting Cole out, and he's getting out of his vehicle.
Yeah, and so by the time I'm out, he's now walking away. But as he's walking away, he's like, y'all didn't need all that. No. We're like, excuse me?
Yeah, I literally yelled, excuse me, sir, did you say something? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. And he pointedly ignored me.
Yeah, walked away like a coward. And it's really frustrating for me when stuff like this happens, because for the most of this interaction, I'm still in the van. And this is happening like behind me with how I'm locked into the van. And so I can't really like participate and talk or anything, which very, very much frustrates me. So then once I was out of the vehicle and we're going in the store, because we're going in the same store, as soon as I see him, I make my way over to him.
Beeline right to him.
I said, excuse me, did you say something as you were walking away? He was like, yeah, I did. Y'all didn't need all that space or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, sir, we did need that space. I have a ramp. I have to have that space to get out. And you were parked illegally in the hash marks. And what was interesting is he had come into the store and beelined it for a police officer in there.
To tell on us.
And was telling on us for asking him to move out of the...
But the thing is, we never asked him. He knew he had to move. He realized he did not park correctly. Oh, it was so annoying. And
so annoying. So I told him that he was being very disrespectful, because he was. And he was also treating Charisma very poorly, worse than me, and I think it was clear why.
Oh yeah, honestly, going home back to Richmond, Virginia, it is not the most welcoming place in certain areas of Virginia. Unfortunately, where we used to live, there were definitely some pointedly racist people, and I could feel it whenever I went to public establishments. People treated me differently. It just sucked. And so I never really liked going back there. I never really liked where we lived, because I didn't always feel welcomed. And so I was saying to the gentleman, I was like, I can show you, how it works, so you can see like what kind of space we need. And he looks at me and goes, I don't need you to show me anything. And it was very pointed. That you was very pointed. And at that moment, I just grabbed myself and walked away. I was like, I'm not dealing with this guy. He's not going to give me the time of the day. I'm a young black woman, and clearly in his eyes, I'm not worth his time. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with him. So we just walked away, but I was fuming.
Yeah, she was shaking. Like, her hands were like shaking.
Because there's so much I want to say and do, but it's not worth it. And it just sucks. And that poor man has probably a really crappy life, and I just feel more bad for him than anything. And I have a very great life, and so I just remember that.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a culture shock to come home and immediately have an interaction like that.
Yeah.
Because we don't experience that much here in LA.
No.
That being said, that was pretty much the only dark spot on the trip.
But it was literally 30 minutes. It was like 2 hours after we got there.
I know.
Which made me so sour. And I'm like, I don't even want to be home anymore. Like, I just feel that. Every time I go to Virginia, I just feel that in that specific area.
Yeah. So that was not a great start to our trip home.
No.
But after that, we had dinner with a friend.
Someone else abused parking too, though.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh.
I got a picture of this one. The second time that day, someone parked in the hash marks, and I had to move the car so Cole could get in.
People just don't care about those hash marks, man.
It's just bad. Anyway,
that's a little tirade on that. So yeah, we had a great dinner with a friend, and then we went out to the river where we spent the next few days.
Yes, we spent a good amount of days there. It did rain almost every day.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad about it.
It's a cozy feeling.
It's very cozy. And that's how I want to feel when I'm at home, just chilling, comfortable. But it gave us opportunity to stay inside, play some games. So we played lots of ping pong together.
Yes.
All of us were at the table at one point or another, pinging it back and forth.
It was really fun. We played ping pong for about an hour or something like that. All of us were playing. And you were doing really well.
Oh! Really? That's vindictive.
That was a cheap shot. You're trying to play dirty. You're not trying to go for rallies, are you?
Are we going for rallies? I was trying to win.
Well, you keep attacking his weak side, which is a dirty
Cole has a
move.
weak side?
Yeah.
No, I'm all strong side, baby.
That's the weak side, isn't it?
I love ping pong. Quinn and I used to play so much growing up. I was actually in his best man speech. He talked about our ping pong games.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So yeah, we had an evening where we met some of the neighbors and they came over. We played ping pong. Quinn decided to braid my braids. He was so excited. He was like,
Christmas, can I braid your braids? I learned how to braid. I want to do it.
I'm like, okay. But he is so heavy-handed. He pulled that thing tight. Yes. I would never let him actually braid my hair. He might pull my hair out.
Quinn, just chill out with the hands.
But we had a good time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then it did clear up. So we had the opportunity to go outside, even though it was supposed to rain. It didn't. It was a beautiful day.
It was actually Memorial Day.
And my parents have done so much awesome work at the river.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I loved the most is that they put in this overlook. So now instead of going down to the dock to see the sweeping view,
you have to take the trolley, which takes 2 minutes to go down.
No, we timed it. It takes 7 minutes. And once I'm down there, I'm kind of stuck for a while because I don't want to have to go back and forth. So this is the perfect place to just come out to. It's right by the house. And we chilled there for a long time.
It got hot though. We had to get an umbrella.
It did get hot, but that was the perfect opportunity for me to handle my next speaking engagement, which was the best man speech. And Quint sent me his best man speech so I can kind of reference his. And Quint did such a good job. I'm very impressed with how well he did. He used that as inspiration to put together mine.
Hi, Cole.
What up?
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes. I'm stressed though. Speech writing is not my thing. I'm good at it, but I don't like doing it.
Is that what you're doing right now? Braiding your speech?
A best man speech. I just Googled do's and don'ts of writing a best man speech. I make sure I do the right thing.
I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, but hey, couldn't imagine a better place to relax and think and reminisce about a lifelong relationship with a friend.
Yeah.
Where we spent a lot of time together. In fact, just over there in the shower, we rubbed our butt cheeks together when we were little kids.
That's cute. You're going to put that in the speech?
Maybe.
Well, while Cole does that, I'm going to read a nice book. Cole's parents recently put this little outlook here, and it's so nice because then Cole doesn't have to take that long trolley, the long trolley all the way down. He can just come here, and it's a beautiful view of the water. So
it's really spectacular. My parents have put so much work into this place, and it is showing.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
And I was very nervous about the best man speech because I don't know, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Yeah, you're probably just as nervous for the best man speech as you were for the Estee Lauder speaking engagement.
I may have been more nervous actually.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. I wanted to do good. I mean, this is a lifelong friend, and he gave me that honor, so I have to do him the honor of making it good.
You wanted to do good? You wanted to do real good?
I wanted to do good up there with my good English.
It's a lot of pressure, but you did do well.
Thank you.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a moment. So that was the perfect time to write my speech, hang out, enjoy the rays, and just chill.
Yeah.
That's what we needed, was some chill time.
Honestly, I chilled a lot, and a lot of people wanted to know when I get breaks. So whenever we go back to Virginia, I take respite care. Cole's mom always does all of his care when we're at the river, so I didn't do any of Cole's care that entire 6 days or something we were there.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, it does make a difference. It was really nice. I got up, had my own routine, very relaxed. So it's nice to have that break whenever we go to the river.
Especially when we're on the road, because at home I have my bed that I can use to dress myself and undress myself and do a lot more things for myself. But when we're on the road, don't have that. No. So that would be more on her. But fortunately, my parents jump in and help out. So
yeah.
And the cooking, Mom made some amazing meals.
Meatballs.
The Swedish meatballs.
So good.
We need that recipe.
I know, it was so good. She made some short ribs too, which were really good, but the meatballs, something about them. I just want more. They were so good.
Yeah, she nailed it. And we had other good meals too because we took the next couple days to come into town and meet with friends.
No.
What?
We didn't do that first. We saw your grandma, Granny
Oh
Ann.
yes, Granny Ann. How could I ever forget?
Yeah, we saw her. We went to her place and had lunch with her. Or
Yes.
breakfast.
She's doing great. You know, Granny Ann's the best. She's awesome. She loves where she lives, and I love getting to see her. We both do.
Yeah, we tried to visit her when we first landed because Cole's dad had to pick up her vehicle so he could drive. And so we went to go visit her, but she didn't answer the door, so we left her a little note like, hey, we want to get lunch with you. So we finally got lunch with her.
And then I get a call from Papa and Granny Ann. I said, Cole, are y'all in town? I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, did y'all stop by? And then we asked her. She was in the shower. So she said, yeah, Sunday's my cleaning day.
Yes.
And then we saw
My parents.
your parents.
Yes. So whenever we go home, I always want to go to Top Golf. So we went and played Top Golf with my parents. Cole always watches, but it's always a good conversation. And we got these little donuts that you put like icing into.
Injectable donut
Yeah,
holes.
injectable donut holes.
Apparently another day bought us an extra round of donuts.
So we have more donuts to go.
The injectable donut. Can you inject some of that cream in my mouth?
Cool, we're about to eat dinner. Oh my gosh, Daddy's gonna do it. Oh my god, that's so much!
Oh my, that was all of it?
Cool, stop! You're a child. How was that?
I never expected something like that to happen from my father.
But that was nice seeing them. And then the next day we saw who first?
My friend Ashley.
Ashley. So that was Ashley and Brianna Day. All right, so we saw Ashley first.
Yeah, we had the parents and grandparents day, and then we had the friends day.
Hey, Ashley. Good. Show off your nice kicks you got there.
Oh, yes.
Representing VCU.
Trying to be cool like the kids.
Our what is that? Alma. What is it?
What?
Alma mater. Alma mater.
Cut it. Cut the video. Just cut it, please. I was gonna say Arnold Palmer, right? I was like, lemonade.
Wait, how do you say it?
Alma mater. I almost said Arnold Palmer again.
Yeah, shoot, now.
Right?
Alma mater. It's easy.
Alma mater. Yeah. Anyway, that's what her shoes represented.
20 minutes to get there.
And then after that, we had dinner with Brianna.
So that was nice, just a full day of hanging out with friends. And then we went back to the river to get some rest because after that, it was time to head up to DC for the wedding.
The rehearsal was like 88.
It was 88?
Because they were sweating at the rehearsal.
Oh, we were sweating,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, that wasn't as bad as the wedding day because that was 95 degrees and sunny. Yeah, so we were dying up there. We had some family friends who, I think they literally saved my life because they happened to have these fans that you can attach to a wheelchair. And without those fans, I think I might have had a heat stroke.
Yeah, so he had two fans attached to his chair that were blowing him constantly, and then someone behind him had a spray bottle that we got to spray Cole if he needed. I don't think you got sprayed during the wedding, though.
No, I didn't need it during the wedding, fortunately. If the wedding was longer, probably.
Well, thanks to your dad, it wasn't.
But my dad was the officiant, and he was like, we're keeping the ceremony quick. So we got in and out quickly, which was good.
So the bridal party after the ceremony went back out to take pictures, and Cole had to roll through the grass, and it was a lot of hard work. So by the time Cole came back inside, because at this point we were inside cooling off for the cocktail hour, and so Cole rolls back in, and he is hot. You can just look at Cole when he's overheated, and you can tell he's not feeling well. So I'm like spraying him with all this water, like drenching him, and then Cole's mom is here with the fan, you know, doing like, I'm doing the sweat, she's doing the evaporation, we're just teamworking all over Cole's
Blown
face.
on my face.
Yeah. But it worked out. You cooled down. So after the cocktail hour, we rolled down to the reception because the reception was in this really nice tent. But on the way down, I had those new heels on and my feet were hurting. I wanted to walk downhill on that, so I rode Cole's lap downhill, and that was a disaster, and we ended up crashing.
It's really steep. I feel like I'm about to fall off. Not kidding.
Sliding, babe. My wheel was literally sliding.
We crashed.
All right, in my defense, I had control of my chair. In fact, I stopped my wheels. But right now, my treads on my tires are so bald that I was literally sliding along the, what was it, like slate kind of surface?
Yeah.
So if it was like a cobblestone or something, I would have stopped. But since it was a slick surface and my wheels have no tread, we just literally slid right off into the grass.
Yeah, we just kept going. I'm like, oh, we're crashing. And then so we crashed and like Cole rolls over my ankle and I'm like trying to get my foot out. And this fun. And the group of 4 people are like, oh my god, that was the cutest thing ever. You were so adorable. And I'm like, we literally just crashed into the grass.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
No one offered to help though. They just talked about how cute we were and kept going. And I'm like trying to get my ankle from under your chair.
Which I'm fine with. That, you know, we made our bed. We gotta play in it now.
Yeah. But then after that, you always do like the bridal party walks in.
Oh, right. Yeah, these things, I always find them to be very cringe. But of course, when you're in the wedding party, you have to do what you're told. So.
Cole, Cinder, and Sarah Mines!
It wasn't that bad. I mean, everyone started cheering. You were the only 2 that got cheers, besides the bride and groom.
I was supposed to do a shimmy. I kind of forgot, so I just like soaked it up. I think I was still hot, so I was like, just spritz me, please.
I need it. Anyway, so, you know, you have dinner and everything, and finally, we get to Cole's best man speech, which I thought you did a really good job.
Thank you.
And everyone else thought Cole did a good job because after, you got about 20 people telling you great best man speech. So that says a lot.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm glad that Connor was happy. That's the most important part.
I want to begin by thanking everyone for attending today and being a part of this momentous occasion. Now, as I mentioned, I've known Connor my entire life. In fact, I can't really recall when we first met because he's just always been there. Some of my fondest memories include carpooling to preschool and engaging in epic Beanie Baby battles where we'd hurl Beanie Babies at each other down the hallway. I'm sure the parents had to pick that up. We played lacrosse together, both with and against each other, and would lay out in the yard during sleepovers just gazing at the stars. But what truly stands out is when I was injured, Connor was there. He stayed there. He was one of my only lifelong friends too, learning that. For that, I'm eternally grateful.
You nailed it, and you got emotional, which makes sense because it is true. Connor has been around since the beginning, and he is one of your only lifelong childhood friends, which is a blessing though, because not many people have childhood friends.
Oh, I feel blessed to have Connor.
And you have 2 of them.
Paige.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really glad that went well, and with the best man speech out of the way, I could finally enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I was just stressing about it. I couldn't even like enjoy my salmon dinner, which was delicious.
I knew by the time you were done with your best man speech, they took the dinner.
I know. They took it away.
But we did enjoy the cupcake, and that was amazing.
The cupcake was good, and I went to the bar, enjoyed the open bar. And then I got the juices flowing, started dancing.
They had a band.
Mm-hmm.
They said after going to our wedding, they realized a band is the way to go. So they had a really awesome band at their wedding.
Yeah, the band killed it. It was a great wedding.
No, they were happy. As long as the bride and groom are happy, that's what makes me happy. It's funny because we were leaving and Connor comes up to me and is like,
Charisma, I'm sorry, I gotta say, but I had way more fun at my wedding than yours.
and I was like, Connor, good. You should always have the best time at your wedding. If you have more fun at someone else's wedding than your wedding, you're doing something wrong.
True.
So I was like, because I would say the same thing. We had more fun at our wedding than their wedding, but their wedding was still an amazing time, so.
Yeah. So happy for them.
Yeah.
The newlywed couple.
So yeah, that was our quick trip home. It was very brief because it was just an interim between New York and then the wedding because we needed to be home for the wedding. So we were only there for a week before we had to come home. So we are going back home in August for much longer, and we'll be spending, most of our time at the river. And I'm excited about that. And we'll get to celebrate Cole's 12th anniversary home with his family. Because your past 2 anniversaries, we haven't been with your family. One was on the road trip, and the other one was here.
That'll be really special.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the river.
And you'll actually be hanging out with the guy that saved you.
Yeah, we're gonna have that family out with us too. Mm-hmm. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Until then, we're just working on the house.
Yeah.
We're gonna see more of Kelly Mama and Clem Daddy. They're coming out to help with some of the move stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll be living in that house.
In like a couple of weeks.
Wow.
I know.
That's wild.
It is wild to think
That's
about.
flu.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to being, you know, in that house. I'm really looking forward to, you know, settling down in a place that we know will be for years to come. It's just great.
Already feeling like home, and we haven't even moved in yet.
I know. I can't wait. I'm
That's
really
good.
excited.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Well, that was our trip home.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yes. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay positive.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
I promise next time we go home, we're actually gonna film a vlog because we'll be there longer.
Yeah.